Out of all the mountains that you've climbed this far, what has been the most challenging?
It's a good question. Of the seven summits, there's sort of two that are the obvious most difficult. So the list includes, Kilimanjaro in Africa, Aconcagua in South America, Mount Vinson in Antarctica. But Everest and Denali, I think, are the clear two most difficult. Everest, obviously, being the tallest mountain in the world, there's so much difficulty there. People die on that mountain every single year. There's all sorts of risks. But Denali, in a lot of ways, is a close second, if not in some ways more difficult. It's about 8,000 feet lower. So that obviously in some ways lessens the difficulty of the high altitude, although 20,000 feet or so is still significantly high. But Denali's remote, and I try to climb somewhat as independently as I can, but on Everest, there's sort of a collection of people that are kind of, pooling resources to put one fixed rope. People are using a lot of, research. I mean, I wasn't, climbing with a guide or anything like that, but I, climbed with a friend of mine who's a Sherpa, and we were climbing together and whatnot. And so there's something about that dynamic that does sort of shift things. Whereas Denali really is a self-sufficient kind of mountain inside the U.S. National Park. You can't hire a porter to carry your stuff. There's no fixed ropes, things like that. So you really got to be a pretty dialed in mountaineer and understand about glacier travel and crevasses and ice falls and ice axe work and cramp. You really got to have your shit dialed. And it's Denali has brutal, rough, insane weather.